Craig, an important day and an important win. What did you make of the performance?
Yeah, I thought it's a great win, like it really is. And the occasion's a big one. And actually, before the game, that was a moment. That was, I don't know, I was lucky enough to be here when EJ Whitten did his final lap, and I'll never forget where I was when I saw that. And today, I'll never forget where I was when I saw Neil do his lap of honour, and what an incredible human being. And the game itself, yeah, it was scrappy and it was winter footy, but I think he would have somewhat be happy with the game, with the result.
They threw the kitchen sink at you, particularly in that second quarter. They kept peppering you, but you must be happy with how you guys stood up.
Yeah, I thought they were enormous. They played so well, and they're probably in there thinking they let one slip, because all the numbers suggest they dominated phases of the game, particularly the contest. I thought the contest was enormous. We found a way to win. We did, and that's what we're doing at the moment. We're in this phase of qualifying. Like, there's no other thing we're doing right now. There's no bigger outcome than just getting enough wins to play finals, and we're all in the same thing. And today was a really good result because the opposition were very, very good.
How important were your backline today, just in that second quarter in particular? The Ds were coming hard. Yeah,
I think both backlines were enormous. I said at half time, if the numbers keep going like they will, there's a concern there. And we steered the ship a little bit in the third quarter and got 20 points up. But they'd argue their backline was just as good. I think May and these guys and Lever are really hard to play against. And Bowie's having a great season. He's probably one of the most improved players in the competition.
Used to seeing Nick Dacos step up on the big stage, but to see Josh, take ownership of that game must be pretty special.
Yeah, if one day Dacos doesn't get you, the second one will. It's a nice duo, isn't it? And Josh has had an enormous year. He starts on the bench, comes on, and he just looked like a different player than everyone else on the ground when he came on. Everyone's sort of second, taking the ball, sort of fumbling, and not Josh. Really happy for him. He's worked really hard at his game. He's never played backline before, and he's working really hard to be the best player he can be. And right now, everyone's seeing that.
What did you make of Langdon's tagging role?
Did a great job. Yeah, did a really good job. Again, there's trying to take things away from the opposition. I said before the game, that's what makes this competition so difficult. Is like you want to do things, and today they took things away from us, and they did it really well. But that's what you're trying to do to the opposition too. Every week you're trying to exploit them or manage certain situations. And I thought he was well handled today. I thought they did a great job on him. And Nick fought through it. But Langdon would have had the honours, I would have thought.
You've spoken not too long ago, I think, about Nick's response and him being unselfish in the way he handles tags, and then also your players, how they respond and protecting Nick. How did you see the response from your guys?
Yeah, I think it's a sort of nil draw in terms of the way we looked after him. I thought there was times where we could have done a few things different, but then it's a different game right now. I said at the start of the year, you got summer. We played a summer sport from better part of 4 to 6 weeks. It was bloody hot up in Sydney and in the start of the season, and so the game's a bit more flowing and free-flowing, and then you get to it. We missed autumn, didn't we? We missed that, went straight from summer to winter. It's bloody cold around the country right now, and you watch most games over the weekend, they're pretty dour, and it's a different game. So you've got to be able to step into that, and today we stepped into it, and you just have to embrace that period. I don't know how long this is going to last, 4 to 6 weeks normally. Find a different way to win, and sometimes the numbers don't always equate to winning, but today we did enough to win.
You've got a handy lead at the top of the table now. Is it a bit of, celebrate that, but also, remind the players, there's a job to be done and there's a long way to go?
No, we're just qualifying. Until you get 14 wins, you can't make finals, and I don't know what we are, 11 are we, something like that? We're still not there. Everybody's trying to do the same things, and this is the challenge, because some teams now are looking a little bit further than what they need to, because they're going, oh, hang on, we're going to get moving, because we can't slip up. We were there last year. We were fighting for everything, and Melbourne were fighting really hard today, because it becomes a point where you just have to make everything count. We're just qualifying right now. Thanks, guys.